Welcome to Best Kept Secrets Travel. My name's Morgan.
And I'm Will, and on today's episode, Morgan's going to be quizzing me about all of the season that hopefully you've just watched or you're contemplating watching, and this is going to make you definitely go back and watch it.
And if you haven't seen any of the episodes before and you hear some of these questions that we're talking about and you want to hear more, go back and go and watch some of those episodes. Roll the intro.
Best friends, and that's for life. Who stay traveling? I'm talking worldwide, 65 countries between the two. Every moment is so unbelievable. Sharing the best kept secrets about the trips and mistakes they made that they can't forget. So tell me if you're ready for a time to remember as they gear up for the next adventure. Yeah. Woo! Best kept secrets travel.
Now, before Morgan starts quizzing me on everything else, I just need to make a different point. You can like, subscribe, follow this channel on YouTube, on all of our podcast platforms as well. We're on Castro, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on
Popcorn,
everywhere.
Google, yeah.
Exactly. You can find us. So follow us. It helps us. It also helps plant some trees, which I don't know if Morgan's going to quiz me about later, but it might be in there. So sit back, enjoy, learn something new today. Learn more than one thing. Learn so much. And see how many questions I get wrong.
And also try and join in yourself. We'll give you a bit of time after each question to see if you know the answer. Right, let's kick this off with question numero uno. What was episode 1 about?
I do know this because we filmed it so many times over. Episode 1, for anyone who's super intrigued about travelling and getting into travelling, was all about planning. It was going from start to finish. The first thing you think about when you're planning, about, you know, where, before you do anything, when you sit down, you've got a piece of paper in front of you, what is the first thing you need to stick down on the piece of paper? And we just work through really systematically. And the best thing about that, because some people will hear me say that and get worried and think, oh, should I watch that episode? Even if you don't necessarily watch that episode, you can go back to episode 1. We've even got a free download document on there to help you plan your adventure. If you watch that episode, it's going to make a lot more sense. But on its own, it's going to be a really obvious guide, step by step, of what you need to get in there. And it's going to change. It's going to change the game. It's going to make you go on a better adventure and make you do it.
So surprisingly, he actually got that question right. So we'll move quickly on to question 2. What did Will say Morgan's main research tool in Scotland was? We'll give you a second to give it a go. And I'll give you some options. So we've got Google, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
And have you guessed? I believe I said it was TikTok.
Correct.
Because I remember it was those tiny Scottish pyramids. I cannot remember the name of them.
Prince Albert's.
And yeah, you did hear that correctly. Scottish pyramids. Morgan talks about when he went and visited those in our series.
And
you found them through TikTok.
Episode on that eventually.
Yeah, you found them through TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube. But I actually used TikTok when I was in Scotland to find places to camp, how to get there, and other various tools. Number 3. What were the 5 main points on the planning document?
The 5 main points. Oh, you're going to embarrass me now. The 5 main points.
Which we summarise and talk through in episode 1.
Okay, so the main 5 points on the document itself.
Yeah.
Budget.
That's one of them, yeah.
Time frame.
Yeah.
I don't know if we put solo versus group in it, as in like who you're going
Solo
with.
versus group.
Yeah, who you're going with. I know that I put flights and times and destinations on the document, but I don't know if we would have made that as a point. We must have done, because if I put it on the document, I know I have a flight section.
It is on the document, yeah.
But is that counting as a point?
We'll count it for the moment.
Transport to and from the airport, that's all sort of part within that.
Yeah.
It was location,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
And location. And there's one more.
So the other big text box.
don't remember.
It's the research for the activities
Oh, okay.
themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I put a research box in there.
So that's solo/group, budget, time frame, location, and then once you've got your location, it's then the research for the activities and things.
And that was more just to... That's why it wasn't clicking in my brain. That was more just so you had an area to write notes. So you just get everything down. If you came across something, you write it down. And you can just keep using the same document over and over and just do version 1, version 2, version 3. Just keep refining it. Just make sure that first one you get as much information down as possible.
Yeah. So question 4. What was episode 2 about?
Episode 2 was costs episode.
Yeah. So during the season, for at least the first 2/3 of the season, every 3 episodes, we did an episode on how to save money when traveling. And this was our first
Anyone
one.
who's just watching us for the first time or listening, going to make me think that I actually know our episodes in order. So far, I've got it 2 for 2.
So what is it? It's a cost, but what is it?
We covered one of the most important costs that we ever talk about, which is one bag only, which is the concept of only ever travelling with one bag, only travelling with a carry-on luggage and not with hold-on luggage. That was
So
in
yes,
the cost
the
episode.
episode was cost on flights, how to save money on flights.
How to save money on flights, but we go through, we have quite a few episodes on how to save money, and it's one of the most important things when you've got a lot of bad budget travellers out there right now who constantly, whenever we're travelling, people ask us for tips and tricks how to save money. Certain things we spend more money on, we normally spend more money on activities.
Mm-hmm.
And then we tell people, transport episode, for example, we teach them how they save money on their transport or parts of that journey through the airport.
Yeah.
Other episodes we talk about food and drink,
We'll get to
accommodation,
other
and
episodes.
everything else.
We'll get to other episodes.
Oh,
down
looks
the
like
line.
I've,
So you're doing well. You're
I'm
doing
winning.
well so far. So
I'm winning.
question 5. What was the trick we used to get to Sydney Airport? And bonus point, if you can name the travel card we used.
This is good. It's fresh in my brain right now.
Oh, for goodness. Oh, yes, because you've just done...
Yeah, but I didn't watch it. I didn't have to watch any
Yeah.
of the clips. It's called an Opal card.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent, for anyone from the UK, in London in particular, it's the equivalent of an Oyster card.
Yeah.
It's just a preloaded top-up card to use for public transport in Sydney. I don't know if they use it further outside Sydney. Anyone out there can tell us. And when you're going to Sydney Airport, when you cross to the previous station, it would have only cost something like $1.30. But to get to the airport, it's a straight $5 or $10.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've only got about $1 or $2 left on your card, or just so you're in positive, when you tap on and you get on the train and you get to Sydney Airport, when you tap it out, it will allow you go into negative for that one time, and then you can just bin that card.
Yeah.
So you can then really cheekily get to Sydney Airport really cheap, and the train network's really good in Sydney.
Yes.
They're all double-decker trains, big.
Great tip that we learned.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Yeah.
What was episode 3?
Episode 3 was
You were complaining about how many clips episodes we had.
Oh yeah, episode 3 is deep dive into Australia.
So this is another thing that we do every 3 episodes. Well, we did in season 1. We're undecided how we're going to do it in season 2. But every 3 episodes in season 1, we do a deep dive in either to a country or a city. And we basically go into everything that you need to know about that city or country, how to get there, what activities to do, how much it costs. And these also tend to be our longer episodes. So, yeah, you've got that question right. And in that episode, what beer did we drink?
Little Creatures Pale Ale.
You do it. I should have made harder.
A star right now, Morgan. This is too easy.
Okay.
Too
what
easy.
was the most disappointing part of Australia for Will?
I've probably got... What's the most disappointing part? Is this what I've said in the episode?
Yes.
The most disappointing part of Australia.
And for any of you, what is the most disappointing part of Australia apart from their rugby right now?
Did did I say something? Did I say something which most people would never think was disappointing? I can't remember.
No, I think a lot of people would think it's disappointing.
I don't think I would have said Uluru because I quite enjoyed it. As far as I remember, I can't remember what I said in the podcast. I don't think Uluru was disappointing. Where did I think was really disappointing?
It says on day 1.
Day 1. Sydney Opera House. No. Day 1. Day 1 in Australia.
What was your most disappointing part of Australia?
I can't remember. Was it Kookaburra?
It was a schooner.
Oh, I think I'd blocked that memory out of my head. I think I was
surprised you didn't get. I thought that one would have been an easy question.
I'm actually really. I think I'd emotionally blocked it out because the anger.
Your heart sink when I brought that up.
The anger. I'm still scarred.
Still scarred. So that is.
So for anyone who doesn't know, a schooner is roughly 440 millilitres, and a pint is 568.
Yeah.
And we sat down in a pub in Sydney the first evening we arrived after walking around, super excited. I said, Morgan, I'm going to grab us 2 beers, just celebrate us finally getting here. I said, I'll have 2 of these, please. I should have said 2 pints and seen how he reacted. Stupid me. Said, I'll have 2 of these, please. Put 2 tiny little... They look like shot glasses, they're that small. 2 tiny drinks on the bar, and I just looked around and realised everyone had one, and then they don't actually do pint glasses in Sydney unless you go to specific bars which do. And they still cost so much money.
Yeah.
But yes, schooners.
Most disappointing part of Australia. Number 9. What did Morgan win by winning a limbo competition?
You won a free kayak with dolphins in Byron Bay.
I won half price.
No, we treated it as half price.
No. It's half price, kayaking with dolphins, and it was a free surf lesson.
I thought they were 2 separate ones. You got one for the limbo.
No, they were both for the limbo.
No.
I was just happy.
No, he came up and gave us one knowing we were there.
Well,
You've got this question wrong.
I'm basing this off what we've said in the episode.
We said it wrong. You probably said in the episode.
Okay. Well, I'm basing this off what we said in the episode. Number 10. What was episode 4 about?
Episode 4 was a haggling. No, it wouldn't have been haggling. It wouldn't have been haggling.
No.
Wasn't haggling. No, it wasn't haggling. Episode 4 was us eating food.
Eating food, yes, correct. What did our good friend of the show, Ross from AR Global Security, say the key to eating all the foods was? Or the key to making it easier to eat?
The key. Was it something like just don't chew or don't breathe in?
Sauce.
Sauce.
Sauce was the key to all of them.
But we had no
They're
sauce.
a bit dry. No, we didn't. He just said
he said
was
that
the key.
would have been the key to eating them.
And what were the 3 foods we ate?
Pani worms, crickets, and rotten fermented herring.
Yeah, surströmming is what it's called.
And for anyone who wants to watch a video of me throwing up, eating rotten fermented herring,
let's just put this.
Go
you
back to
don't
episode
see
4.
him throw up,
You hear me throw up.
which is almost worse, I guess. And if you're listening,
Well, if you're listening
on
on podcast, it is.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. Number 13. What was episode 5?
That was Cost episode on haggling.
Yes. And
We teach people how to haggle, best tactics that we've used to haggle, save money.
what happens when you go to a tailor shop in a tuk-tuk in Thailand? Like, what is there? Why do they make you go there?
The tuk-tuk drivers, I seem to remember you saying this, the tuk-tuk drivers they know all the tailors anyway, and if a tuk-tuk driver takes a client to a tailor because the tailor knows they can make good money off tourists, they will give petrol to the tuk-tuk drivers.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's almost like I've been listening.
Free gasoline. I know it's shocking.
I don't know where this is. I don't know where this has come from.
Have you been revising? 'Cause I told you this was happening.
I've got an inside person on the examination board.
Yeah. What did Will buy in a side street in Madagascar?
Ooh.
What did you buy?
What did I buy?
Okay,
I'll
give you two options.
I think I know.
Okay, I'll give you two options, and we have them both in the episode.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
We've got a conch shell, or we have a tin car.
Yeah, it was the tin car. Yeah.
We should have given them a second to...
But you were giving me the option. You should have spoken to the viewers then.
But you said you knew.
Morgan, you need to give the viewers a chance.
You said you knew.
Morgan, do you not believe in our amazing, lovely viewers and listeners to the show?
I was giving them some options.
You didn't give them a chance.
And then you just said...
You only gave me options, so I didn't need them.
What was episode 6?
Oh, Morgan. Episode 6. That's a city deep dive.
Correct.
Which we do, just like the deep dives we do in season 1, we do city deep dive, every 6 episodes after the 3rd. And the same with the city deep dives, every 6 episodes after the 6th. And that city deep dive was on I want to say London, but you're trying to eat your microphone. That first city deep dive, was that Budapest? No. Yes, it was Budapest.
No. It was Kiev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what world record does Arsenal have in Kiev?
Who?
I'll give you some options. Longest underground tunnel.
Yeah.
Most cafes in an underground station. By the way, it's an underground station.
Oh, okay. I thought it was person for a sec. That helps.
Deepest underground station. Or the oldest underground
Deepest
station.
underground station.
Now let's give some people some time to think over the options.
Still think it's deepest underground station, Morgan?
Well, it is, but...
I'm correct!
Let's give them some time to listen and think.
What, to the answer of deepest underground station?
Yes. What was the name of the bar where Morgan got his...
I don't know.
War helmet.
How am I going... Morgan, I've never been.
On fire.
I've never been.
We talk about it for about 10 minutes in the episode.
Morgan, I've spoken about a lot of things in my life for 10 minutes with you. I don't remember the name of everything.
Well...
I've no idea.
Okay.
Helmet hitty boom boom. I don't know.
Okay, we'll call... so the options are... The Clink.
The Clink. Yeah, there we are.
You got to give...
Yeah, but the way you say it makes it obvious that it's the answer. The way you said the deepest underground, I thought was obvious as well. You need to think
So
of
what's your answer?
the Clink.
No.
Is it not?
No. That's the restaurant in the UK. That's
the
prison restaurant.
Oh. This just got really downhill. I was nailing the first 7 questions. This just dropped off.
It's dropped off a cliff. It's gone bad. Okay. The name of the restaurant, and it was the best kept secret that we talk about more in the episode, is Palata number 6.
Obviously.
Not the Clink. I love it how confident you were.
I think I've spoken about the Clink. I think
you say it.
I think I spoke about the Clink recently to you.
I want to go to the Clink. I'd love to go.
For anyone who doesn't know, the Clink is a restaurant based within the prison, and all the staff are current offenders,
prisoners,
etc.
yeah. The cooks, the waiting staff, everyone. What was episode 7?
Episode 7. That was a deep dive. 7. Episode 7 wouldn't have been a cost. Episode 8 would have been a cost. I actually don't know.
Travel photography gear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about in Indonesia this very sort of famous Instagram v reality photo.
Yeah.
What is the technique that the people there use to take that photo and to make it look very pretty?
Well, they try and get the reflection at the gates.
Yes.
I can't remember if they call them the gates to heaven or gates of hell. I can't even remember.
Gates to heaven, I think.
And everyone turns up thinking, oh, there's this amazing lake and reflection and everything, but it's just a guy sat there holding a mirror, and they help take your photo with a reflection up to the gates, and there's like an hour and a half long queue waiting to get to the gates. It's a bit ridiculous.
A very pretty photo, though. But yes, that is the technique, and that is the correct answer. What did Morgan do with his Canon when travelling around India for safety and to stop it getting stolen?
Morgan made his Canon look old and battered using tape or something. Using like duct tape or something.
Yeah.
Just to cover up some of the logos and everything and to make the lens look a bit older and the actual bit looking older. So then you're less of a target because you look like you've got older gear instead of nice expensive gear.
Yes, because Canon is obviously a world-renowned brand, so just by doing the simple trick of taping over all the Canon areas of the camera, you're less of a target. It's fantastic. 22. What was episode 8?
Costs. That was a costs episode on accommodation.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
And what was our best kept secret for getting cheaper accommodation at a hostel?
Try and book the hostel on the day in person, because then you might save some money on booking fees and they might just give you a way better rate without you even asking.
Fantastic answer.
It always
as
is.
if, yes, brilliant. What was episode 9?
That would have been a country deep dive, and that one was, I want to say, Indonesia.
You're correct.
Didn't realise I knew there's many episodes.
Me neither. How many islands are there in Indonesia, and how many are inhabited?
I want to say something ridiculous.
Do you want some options?
Yeah, let's give this one to the viewers.
So for first part of the question, islands in Indonesia, we'll go for 4,500, 9,500, 12,500, 17,500, or 22,500. Now I've got the countdown time. Right.
I think it's about 9,500. Or am I completely off? I think it's 9,500.
17,500.
Close enough.
Yeah, you're nearly there.
Over 50%, let's pass.
And inhabited islands? Do you want more options?
Is it something surprisingly low? Is it going to be like 450 or something?
I'll give you options. 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000, or 15,000.
9,000.
6,000.
Ah,
You meant to give countdown.
that was enough time.
Okay. What was episode 10?
Oh, what was episode 10?
We were literally talking about it on Friday.
That was National Trust. And
See, Senorita.
no, it wasn't about the sea. It was about National Trust and all the locations in the parks, and why you should be a member of National Trust, and why we actually support National Trust. And that's a great time for us to quickly plug our trees. Because if you subscribe specifically to our YouTube channel, for every 100 YouTube subscribers we get, we do plant a tree in the National Trust in the UK.
And for every 50 podcast downloads, we also plant a tree, but not necessarily in the National Trust. We will plant a tree anywhere in the world that we feel that we should. And we are actually going to post a tree update around about when this episode releases.
I think we'll do one before and one closer to the time.
Yeah.
Because we've got a fair few tree updates to do.
Yeah. Apart from cheddar.
Yes.
What else can you find at Cheddar Gorge that's like an attraction? A historical attraction.
Cheddar Gorge. Is that where the houses in the stone are? Or am I completely off here?
No.
That's not Cheddar Gorge.
No.
You sure?
It's not the one that I was thinking of.
A gorge? Because you did ask.
UK's oldest skeleton.
Yeah, and that's in the house, isn't it?
Is it in? I thought it was in a cave.
Yeah,
Just
but I thought they were the
straight out of a cave.
Oh, you think it's in a straight up cave?
Yeah.
Oh, I could be wrong here. We never bring out our phones in our episodes, so this is quite a rarity. I think it is a cave.
Yeah.
I think you are correct, Morgan. Yeah,
Makes sense.
cave.
Cool. Moving on.
Anyway, yep. Morgan's correct on that. It was a cave.
Question 29. What was episode 11?
Episode 11 would have been cost episode. It would have been a cost episode. And so far we've done airport, haggle, accommodation. Is it something like food and drink, or is it travelling around country?
What's your answer?
Travelling around the country.
Food.
Ah. No.
Okay, so the question we've got here is, what was the health rating of the sausages we bought in, I think, New Zealand?
I want to, because in New Zealand, I remember when we were there, I don't know if it's changed. Anyone knows now, please update us. When we were there, we used to go in, we went to sausages and you went, oh no, well, these are too expensive. And you just found these big bags of 30 of them. And a lot of the food over there had sort of star ratings out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
And I think we got half a star or 1 star sausage. I think it was half a star.
So much better than that. If you add those two numbers up.
It was 1.5 star sausages.
1.5 stars.
Quality sausages, just 100%
Fantastic.
lean, awful meat.
And moving on. So, and this is going to be our last episode for this part, and we're going to
Our last episode for this part.
Yes, and we're going to do a part 2 of the quiz.
So this is the last question, and then part 2, you'll
It's
be
not
able to.
the last question. It's
It's
the
not-
last episode of this part of the quiz. What is episode 12?
Right. Now I get you.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, what was episode 12?
Episode 12 was a city deep dive into
And out of.
Budapest.
Correct.
Oh, I'm on fire today.
And I'd like your answer both in forint and pounds. What is the average price of a beer in Budapest? Do you have any idea?
450 for it. Which works out 73p as a beer. I'm going really rogue here. How far am I off?
500 forint.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought
£1.22.
That's closer than I thought I'd be.
Yeah, I was surprised how close you were there.
I couldn't remember the exchange rate. Come on.
Budapest, and
Yes.
this is the last question. Budapest has one of the oldest somethings in the world,
One of the oldest.
and it was started in 1865. I'll give you some options. Got church, circus, zoo, school, playground.
Circus. No. Yes.
Zoo. You
Ah.
were close. You were
Yeah.
close.
Ugh.
And now I think that wraps it up, and we are going to do a part 2 of the quiz going through all of season 1.
And before we get to that, see how well you're doing so far on the quiz. See if you have been watching our series, what you've got correct so far, and if you haven't actually watched the series so far, recommend going back, watching episodes 1 to 12, and then deciding if you're interested in the next episode on our quiz. You can either wait for that one to be released next week, or start watching those episodes, and then when you watch that episode, you can see how many questions you can get correct.
Or if you don't want to hear Will that much, just pick the episodes that you like the sound of and go listen to them, because you don't have to listen to them in order. We would recommend obviously watching and listening to every second of every episode, but you know, not going to force you.
Catch ya.
Roll the outro.
Yeah, let's make it happen. I hope that you can handle going on adventures, best kept secret travels. Yeah, all over the globe, having fun, you know the deal. Amazing secret locations, hang out with Morgan and Will. Educate and entertain, haggle in the market, sharing their experiences. Time to get it started. Let's go.